Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? What now, deal with?
Recognize royalty. Recognize royalty. Gotta recognize it. Recognize royalty. Like they ain't got eyes to recognize royalty.
I can feel.
Recognize royalty.
I can see.
Recognize royalty.
Now I recognize
Royalty.
royalty's eyes.
Royalty.
I can see.
Recognize royalty.
I can love again.
Recognize royalty.
Now I
I recognize it.
royalty.
I recognize passion.
Welcome. Remember to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications. All of that helps. Blessings. Let's get started.
The gripe that African Americans have with the United States, right, with America, is from 1776 up into 72. We lump all of that together, right? You understand that, right? We just don't cut it off with the abolition of slavery. We extend that up to the point where we got full rights, because up until 1972, all of the rights and benefits that's bequeathed to Americans wasn't extended to us. You understand that? So that's a legacy of discrimination, right, and second-class citizenship, right? So
Sure, but
so hold on. Let me finish this. And so reparations, right, is to repair the injustice and the damage that was done from 1776 to 1972. Now, if people can't even live where they want to live, right? So they can't, they're not getting the same property value. Black people was paying taxes, right? That was paying for hospitals and schools that they couldn't even go to because the laws wouldn't even allow. You see what I'm saying? That shit held people back, and the government can't act. Go ahead.
It didn't hold you back? You're trying to tell me that held you back, Chef?
Oh my God!
You're trying to tell me that in 1965, because in 1960, the Jim Crow laws, because of Jim Crow laws today, you're held back, Chef?
Yes.
How are you held back because of Jim Crow, Chef? Tell me. How, Chef?
Hold on, Sabio.
It's generational.
It's generational, yo. If my
Right.
grandparents,
No, generational wealth, nigga.
If my grandparents didn't get a fair shake, right, then that fucked up my potential. You don't get that? If my grandparents couldn't own property in certain neighborhoods, right? If they couldn't get jobs, if they couldn't go to certain schools, right? It fucks up potential for their generations.
Before I left, I wanted to ask you, Chef, because it sounded as if you were saying that because of slavery, you didn't feel like you had the same potential as a white kid. So I guess I wanted to ask you if you thought that, like, a black child that's born today, like, do you think that a black child born today has the same potential?
Yo, you crazy as I don't know what, bro.
Jesus
It's about
Christ.
economics, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I don't care about this question. It's about economics. It's about your social economic status, and our social economic status has been dampered. It has been destroyed based off of slavery. Simple as that. Based off of Jim Crow laws. Based off of civil rights laws being violated. It's our social economic status that we're talking about, bro. Of course we smart enough and intelligent enough. That's not the problem. It's our social economic status that keeps following us around because somebody used that shit for 200 years. Free flavor, dog. You tripping.
So, again, like, it's interesting how we keep, like, blaming slavery. I think Ankh was saying that because of slavery is responsible for our socio-economic condition today.
Yes.
But, again, Black Wall Street was built 50 years out of slavery. And why slavery didn't prevent them from creating Black Wall Street? 50 years out of slavery but 400 years out of slavery is preventing us from doing something. It just sounds weird to me, and it just sounds like it's just so weak-minded. Like, I'm like, really? Really? Like, how is it that, you know what? Anyway, but Chef, the question I'm asking you, you know, like how, like with the kids in that went through with the whole water, the lead in the water situation, like,
Yes,
would
sir.
you agree that those people that were affected by that situation, like, if you were to take them to a doctor and like look inside of their body, you would see the physical effects of the lead on their bodies?
Yes.
Would you agree that like if like an ancestor of not an ancestor, like if their child, for example, if one of them had a child and had a case that, you know, the same lead affected them, you know, like that child could also go to a doctor and say and show physically how their body is affected because of the lead?
I don't know if lead poison is hereditary.
Right. Okay. Let's say it's not, but okay. So let's just
Or
stick
the
with the
effects.
person.
Oh,
who-
you're saying the effects of.
Right.
Go ahead.
If someone was like, if their descendant was to say, you know, the same lead is affecting me, that descendant would, and then that they wanted compensation from it, that descendant would also have to show that physical effect of it, correct?
Not real, not necessarily. Not.
Like for like.
No,
So
I
why
heard.
would,
I heard.
Right. The person, like, if I was going through a lead poisoning, I would have to go to a doctor and show that it physically affected me. I'd have to show the tests. And if I wanted compensation for it, if my child wanted compensation for it as well, they would also have to do the same thing, show that it not only affected their
Why are
dad,
you
but it
fighting so
affected
hard
them, and they
against
would
African
prove that.
Americans getting reparations?
But listen what I'm saying, though.
No,
Just listen
I'm
what I'm
saying
saying.
you're
No,
twisting.
Chef,
Go
I had
ahead,
a
bro.
point,
Go ahead.
Chef.
Let me
Chef, I
read
had a
something.
point.
Go ahead.
Chef, I had a point, Chef. Chef, I had a
I cut you off. Go ahead.
Chef, don't cut me
Let
off,
him
bro.
finish the point, baby.
Chef, don't cut me off. Right? So the point I'm making is this, right? Like, the same way, like, kind of try to equate, like, if black people, when you say black people today are affected by slavery, and this is my question to you, Chef, are you saying that the same way you can, because you made the analogy of lead poisoning, and I'm asking you, are you saying the same way that you can go to a doctor and show the physical effects of how someone's descendant is affected by lead poisoning? Are you saying that you can also show physically how you, whether physically or you can run mental tests on you and show that you have been affected by your
Probably not.
heritage of slavery?
No, probably not. But
Probably not. So why would you? So
No,
so why would you feel like you should get reparations for that?
because
That's not the crux. So, yeah,
the social,
Can I ask for that, Chef? Even though we asked you,
on.
because we actually can show the effects of slavery affecting us today.
Oh, but hold on. Let me deal with it from this standpoint, because I don't know if you can show that physically, right? But social and economic, yeah, you can.
So that epigenetics, environments.
right.
So that plays right into the physical.
Man, we don't have to sit up. We know America's all about the
But
cash.
wouldn't you have to prove?
Hold
Chef,
on
that
for
the
American
only-
dream.
Chef,
Hold
but
on,
the only
American
people- are you
American
saying that
dream?
the only people that are in the
American dream, hold on for a minute.
position that black people are in are
American
people-
dream. I know you
are
think
people that
Chef
went
is the only
through
person you
slavery.
can talk to, bro. But relax yourself right now.
Okay,
Alright.
man.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I know you from the fucking Caribbean some damn where y'all be out there, I don't know, with swimming in the Caribbean, some shit. Okay. In America, it's about the dineros, the money. It's about having the ability to transfer wealth from one generation to the next. This is real American spirituality. When you die, you leave your kids something. This is what makes America, bro. Not about working 99 jobs, 3,000 hours a day. You make more money with your mind and not with your hands. So it's always been about your social economic status. So if I'm in a community, right, we belong to the PTA, right? We don't cry about not having enough computers. Everybody gives money to the PTA. In low income areas, they don't give money to the PTA. They don't understand that concept. The kids are trying to get breakfast in the morning. They go through a lot of shit, bro. It's not smooth like you think it is. Kids don't have book bags, they don't have proper shoes, right? They don't have proper medical care because all the parents are working all the time, working 2-3 jobs, dude. It puts them at a disadvantage where if something pop off for my kids, I can go right up to the school. I understand how to work the system. We're not putting blame, we're just having empathy on those that don't have the resources that we have or don't have the ability to take advantage of it. We want to put them in a position that one day they can stand up and say, I can read this and I clearly understand what I should do. We're not gonna sit around and act like everybody can do what I did. That's just like me saying, oh, everybody should just stop getting high. Just like that, bro. Like for me to say that, it's for you to say what you're saying. You're basically saying that, yo, we all got a chance, we need to take advantage of it. Ain't no reason it's gonna stop us, we ain't changed no more. And I'm saying that's not how it works. In the perfect world, yes, but in the real world, no. So whatever you're talking about, like I said before, what in the hell are you talking about, bro? Just because you can do it and had the opportunity to do it, doesn't mean everybody else had that same opportunity, bro. That's crazy to me.
I'm confused though, like if it's like if you and Chef were fighting for a check, right? Right? Y'all trying to get a check together, right? Y'all fighting to get this check, right? Now this check, I can't get this check, right? I'm confused as to why would I even be involved myself in the check that y'all trying to get, and then be not supportive of it. And that's not, and it ain't even coming at me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'd be confused about it. Cause like if you're not an African American, then why even involve yourself in the reparation fight? Like what negative impact would it have on you that you feel a need to speak out against it?
Yeah, to fuck it up.
Well, if I can answer that question,
go ahead.
Let me put it better. Why you want to fuck it up for us, yo? Why you hating, yo? That's the real question. Why you hating? Why you want to fuck it up for us? What's your point? I'll give you a couple $, yo. You all right? Go ahead.
Right, and I think
I cash out you some money. You need some.
And I think Ankh is actually asking it in a more honest way, because that's really what it's about. Like, he just feels like, people like me are just fucking up his free money, right? And he's mad at that because he just sees reparations as just free money, right?
Wow, yo,
but let me just say that.
No. Explain
Question.
your concern and why did it affect you so that you feel to insert yourself in that conversation. Go ahead.
Right. The reason is because of what the same question I just asked Chef. Because if the idea of reparations is true, then what y'all are really like, because what's happening right now in terms of the bill in the Senate is talking about how reparations should be given out, right? Mm-hmm. And the one that's being supported is just give it to any black person, right? Because as long as you're black, you've been affected by slavery, right? Yeah, and it boils down to what Chef was saying in terms of, he feels like he doesn't have the same potential as someone who doesn't have a history of slavery, right? And so the reason that I'm against the idea is because if you support reparations on a certain level, you're supporting the idea that there's something wrong with black people, that if you're saying something is wrong with, you're saying because of slavery, you don't have the same potential as everyone else. You're saying something is wrong with you. You're actually agreeing with the white supremacists that you're inferior. Now, which one of us is the coon? You're the one saying black people are inferior.
We're saying we just want our money that you didn't pay. Hold on. Bro, it's not even that complicated, yo. We simply saying we just want the damn money that our ancestors earned for building this motherfucker. That's all we saying. We not saying we incompetent. We not saying we saying pay the goddamn bill and give us our money owed. That's all we saying. You done made it all. It ain't even complicated, bro. Cut the check. That's all we saying. Cut the check.
The justification you're using.
We're not justifying anything. We're saying that it was free labor. In America, you get paid for wages, yo, since the beginning of America, bro. We simply saying pay up. That's it, bro. It ain't even all this complicated shit you saying.
If somebody do something to you that injured you, right, you have a right to sue them. Now, can African Americans, American dream?
Chef, how did slavery injure you?
Hold on,
let me build, bro.
Let me build. If the African American community can prove that the American government helped injure them, is the American government liable in that case?
Before you speak,
hold on, say I asked him a direct question. I asked you a direct question. If the American
all right, I'm out of here, man. I'm about to pick up an item and start shooting at the screen or something crazy. I can't do it.
If he's making the argument in the case of law to prove that, why would somebody else give a damn? Like, if it's not, like, if it don't affect you,
I know.
Why do you care? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Cause he's a white American. That's why. If he show that screen, yo, he would be like a white American.
I got a question. Now, I hate to call somebody a hater straight off the bat, right? So I will ask you this, American Dream. Do you feel as though that you are connected to African Americans? American Dream, you still there, bro?
Yeah, the bar taking shots saying, hee-haw!
No, he's still there. He probably stepped away for a second.
Right, taking shots at the hip ball.
I'm sorry, guys. Ask the question again, please.
Do you feel some way that you're connected to the African American community in some type of way?
To the African American community?
Yeah, it's a community of African Americans that is that is America's original black community, right? Do you feel some type of connection to this African American community?
I think when I was younger, I think I did more when I was in college. I was, big into the Black Students Union, and I used to really be big into that. But I think that, from what I've learned, I think the best thing for whether it's African Americans or Jamaicans or any of us, I think the best thing for us to be doing in America is to consider ourselves Americans. I think if we consider ourselves Americans, that's what allows us to get the most benefit out of America.
Okay. All right, now, so that's now at this point in your life, you don't feel a connection to the African American community, or what? Maybe I'm asking it wrong. Let me back up. All right.
I don't feel any
what makes you ashamed of being black?
Any other community.
All right, okay, all right. Well, my point is, do you feel like you get lumped in with the African American community? Do you feel like America? Hold on. Do you feel like America, right, lumps you, right, because of your African descent, in with the African American community?
I think if we're still keeping it in the idea of reparations, yes.
I'm not talking about reparations yet. I'm saying, do you think when America look at you, first off, right, when you go for a job interview or when people see you in the workplace or anywhere, do you think that they perceive you first as an African American?
I don't really know what people think. I can't really speak for people.
I'm saying before you open your mouth and tell somebody that you are of Jamaican descent, right? Or that that you were born somewhere else. Do you believe that America sees
you? You say Jamaican.
do you believe that America sees you as an African American first, and then you have to explain that you're not this African American? Because the reason why I'm asking is a question behind this.
I have no idea. I don't know if people look at me as an African American. I don't know. I have no idea. Like when I fill out,
maybe you don't understand the question.
You a nigga.
Right, I mean,
you are African American.
Maybe that's
you
the
are
problem.
African American in my eyes.
Hold on. So what basically what I'm trying to get to. Hold on.
Let me just say this. Maybe this will help you clarify the question, right? Because Jamaicans that come here don't think of themselves as African Americans.
I know that. I'm asking you, do you believe that y'all are considered African, or y'all looked at as African? Well, all of the negative stereotypes that African Americans have in this country, right? Do you think that it is good for people of Caribbean descent or people of African descent that come here from other places try to distance themselves from the negative stereotypes that is blanketed on the African American community?
But there are Black Americans that also try to distance themselves from that.
You're one of them.
But I'm asking particularly for in your case, because I'm trying to get to you see how I help you get to your overall point? I want you to help me get to my overall point. Like, it seems like you're fighting it. I don't do you like that.
No, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Like, I'm really trying to see what you're saying. Like, in my estimation, I don't think like my experience has been America could care less whether I'm a Jamaican or an African American. Like, they looked at my resume, right? And they looked at my work ethic, and whether I was a Jamaican or an African American, that's what they were judging me on. It was my work ethic, and me personally, I like to think that that's what separated me from everyone else was my work ethic.
It does. Hold on, but it do.
So I don't think so.
No,
I think that's
I would never take
important
away
that
your
America
personal.
looked at.
Hold on. I would never take away your personal accomplishments. This ain't even, man, I don't even think like that. Whatever you got, whatever you do, that's your shit, yo. But listen, this is what I'm trying to get to. Because from the statement that
I'm out of here.
I'm trying to figure out why, right, would you make arguments against the African American community getting reparations? And it's something that you said, right? You said, are we admitting that it's something wrong with us, right? Like that it injured us, or our capacity to learn something fucked us up. So some type of inferiority, are we admitting some type of inferiority to whites because of slavery, right? So my thinking,
if you're asking for reparations, right? Because if you remember, you asked me something about whether you were like an injury. Like, you were saying, don't you think we were injured? Like, that's what I'm saying. If you're asking for reparations, you have to admit that you have an injury. Right. And I'm asking you, what is your injury, Chef? Like, what is you, Chef? Right. What is your injury that you can prove, that you can show phizically and say, I have this broken arm right here. You see, everybody else has 600 brain cells. I only have 500 because of, like, what is your injury?
But listen, what's the Japanese American
reparations, you have to be admitting that you have an injury. And in my head, I don't think African Americans are injured. I don't think African Americans, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. Right. I think they're perfectly fine, functioning human beings, and I don't understand why I'm being called a coon for believing that there's nothing wrong with African Americans. Like, it's weird to me how people who say there's nothing wrong with African Americans, they can function fine by themselves. They're independent human beings. Those are the people that y'all call coons and call sellouts and say they're not in the best interest of African Americans.
If somebody run into your car,
thing to me.
Do you drive?
Yes, sir.
All right. If somebody run into your car, right, purposefully, damage your automobile, right, it's taken away from your well-being. How? Because now you can't travel how you normally travel without them, you know what I mean, fucking up your car. You don't think that, first off, your car should be get made whole again, right? And then the damages that happened in your life, other than your physical, right? Let's scratch the physical out of that, right? You lost time from work, right? You couldn't take your kids to soccer practice, right? That you pay for. So you lost money and everything. It set your life back in a way. So you sue a person for those damages. I'm saying that slavery and segregation and discrimination damaged us. It set us back. You don't agree with that?
No, that's not. No, here's the proper analogy, Chef, is now you're saying this is you. You're not the person asking for the person asking for reparations in this case is the child of that person who was in the accident, right? The child of that person who was in the accident is now claiming that the reason you don't have a car is because your ancestors got into an accident, and now you're going to the person who was in an accident with your ancestor, going, I don't have a car because you crashed into my great grandparents,
if my grandparents, if my grandparents, right?
You weren't in the car accident.
Listen, hold on.
If my grandparents, but you're saying,
listen to me.
It wasn't you in the car accident.
You heard? We made the point. Let it
right. If my grandparents, right, could not, if it was illegal for them to own property, right? When for white people, they could own property. They could give this property, right? Their children could inherit that property and that wealth from their fucking family. So you're telling me that the person that's living now is not injured by the things that happened in the fucking past? Are you serious? Are you telling me if my grandparents, right, if it was legal for the government to discriminate on them and they couldn't own property, right? Then I couldn't inherit. Why these white people could build fucking wealth over generations, but my people couldn't do that. You're telling me that that's not an injury.
So let me ask you this question, Chef.
Don't
Chef,
answer a question.
Answer the question, then Bill. Answer the question.
Yeah, answer that. Yo, come on, yo. You're not even treating me as another fucking human being. That shit, you're not even treating me as another human being. You will understand that 100% coming from a fucking white person. If a white person said that they were held back, right, because their fucking ancestors couldn't build fucking wealth and bequeath that to their future generations, right? You would say, yeah, that's a fucking injury. You would say that's an injury to that. So, do your family own anything in Jamaica?
Does my family own? Of course.
Okay, now, is it first generation ownership or is it second or third generation ownership?
Well, we built on it since, you know what I mean? It's not what it was when they owned it. We made a freaking mansion. We made a mansion out of it.
Right, it was passed down.
But it came from a previous generation, right?
Yeah.
It came down to us as a 1-bedroom house.
Okay.
Now it's a freaking mansion, brother.
Yeah. It still doesn't matter.
What do you mean? No, what I'm telling you is no. So Chef, let me ask you this question, Chef. What % of white people in America today do you think have wealth accumulated from slavery?
A lot.
No, hold on. No, not a lot. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say a lot.
No, it's not. You're mistaken.
Yeah, it's not the lot.
I wouldn't say that. But
Chef, it's a very small amount.
I know that. That was Sabio answered that. I don't agree with it. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Watch this.
Right. It's a very.
I'm gonna switch up since y'all said I'm wrong.
No, but Chef, you see the idea you have in your head of generational wealth of white people being rich because of slavery?
No, I didn't preface everything.
You get caught up. But listen though, let me make this statement so that you get back in. When you look at when you're talking about generational wealth in white people, then you want to know, well, how did they acquire generational wealth? and most generational wealth that accrued by anybody is through is passed down. So most of the white people that are in a better position benefited from wealth that was passed down to them, whether it be homes,
but wealth that was passed. But there's a difference between wealth that's passed down and wealth that's passed down from slavery. The white folks
slavery is holding you up, yo. You don't listen.
Louise, do I scream at y'all like that?
No, because you keep going back to slavery, right? Do you know reparations extends past slavery, yo?
Yeah, it's not.
You gotta stop that, yo. You really got to. So from 1865 up to 1972, let's talk about that. If you don't like slavery, listen, from 1776 to 1865, right, that 89 years, say fuck that, right? I'm gonna give you that.
You have a weaker case, Sabio. You'll have a weaker case then.
No,
slavery is a stronger case.
No, it's not.
Let him have the weak case. Let him have the weak case.
All right, well, let me defend the weaker case.
Let him have the weak case, bro. It's all good.
Okay, you want to defend
me on the weak case.
Yeah.
If it's weaker, kill me on it.
Yeah, beat him up on it.
But that's so easy, though.
Just do it to him.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're talking about reparations, right? Like, because I do support reparations, right? And I also don't support reparations. Whether I support it or not depends on the reparations you're talking about.
Okay.
If the reparations you're talking about, for example, if the reparations you're talking about, like, let's say redlining, if someone can come and show that they are a descendant of someone who went to, and they can show the record that they went to that bank, right? That bank that was found guilty of redlining, and they can show it, then I would say you give that person his reparations and he can show that because of that, his family wasn't able to invest in a business, and because of that, I would say yes, that individual may have a case for reparations, right? If somebody else was to come in and show their family heritage and their birth certificate and show that I am a descendant of that slave right there who was a slave all her life, and because of that, you know what I mean, I would say, okay, that person has a case for reparations. So the idea of reparations, I think, is open for discussion. The reparations I am against, and the reparations that I think makes Black people look inferior, is this idea of reparations. Let me finish, dog. Come on. The idea of reparations that I'm against is this idea of reparations where you get it just because you're Black. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to show that you're a victim of redlining. You don't have to show that you have a history going back to Jim Crow. You don't have to show that your descendants were slaves. All you got to do is show up and be like, I'm Black, I deserve some money. Like, that idea is silly as hell to me.
I've been stopped talking. I realized that me and this man just don't agree on this point, yo. And, you know, it's nothing that I was going to say that was going to change his mind, and there was nothing that I poured my heart out to him, yo. It didn't move that nigga, yo. Yeah, that nigga heartless, yo.
He heartless. He said, if they sent me $100,000 check and sent my kids to college, I told my kids, you can't go.
Right.
It's disrespectful to my ancestors.
Yeah,
I'm taking that check and sending it back.
The nigga heartless, yo, like,
heartless.
He beat me tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I pulled my motherfucking heart out, yo, and that nigga looked at me like I was crazy. Like, that shit ain't move him.
Hey chef, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro.
Do you think it's possible that I feel the same way about you? Do you think it's possible that I feel like I poured my heart out to you and it didn't even move you?
Yeah,
do you think that's possible?
Possibly.
Yeah,
okay. I definitely felt you.
Just know that as strongly as you feel about it, as strongly as you feel like you poured your heart out, the fact that you poured your heart out doesn't really mean anything, because I know it didn't mean
nothing to you. Right. No, but I definitely felt you. Listen,
my pouring my heart out didn't mean anything to you either. So I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
Listen, I felt you when you said, you know, I don't want y'all accepting no damn reparations. Because, you know, in turn, is that going to say, you know, that there's something wrong with me? Because I went through slavery. My people went through slavery also. So I felt you on that. It ain't like, listen, the shit go both ways. If we both throwing, anybody can get hit. You know what I mean? But I wasn't acknowledging anything genetically wrong with me or with the African Americans because of slavery, right? I don't think African Americans are saying that it's something inherently wrong with us because of slavery. You get what I'm saying? It's more of a social and economic injury more than anything. All right,
Yeah, bro, an injury is an injury. You can't say we're injured if there's nothing wrong with us. Like you're talking
No.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that
you're
genetically,
the one that used the word injury.
biologically,
You can't say you're injured, but there's nothing wrong with you.
No, biologically, there's nothing biological wrong with us. Like I'm not saying that we have a lower capacity.
So there's something mentally wrong with you?
No,
so there's something mentally
if
wrong
I
with
say
you?
it's social and economic, I'm saying that the complete opposite of what you're trying to.
No, that's saying it's mental.
No, social?
Yes.
So okay.
If you're saying you cannot function socially.
No, I didn't say that.
Something mentally wrong with you.
No,
you said your problem is social and economical. If you cannot function socially because of slavery, you're saying something is wrong with you mentally.
No,
if you're not able to function economically, if you're not able to function economically because of the history of slavery, then you're saying something's wrong with you mentally.
Yes, because it's an injury. Listen,
okay,
I'm not saying...
so something is wrong with you mentally.
Yo, dang. Listen, can a people be hurt? All right, discrimination in a society. Does that hurt? Does that fuck with your capacity and your mental capacity in any way, or does it hold you back socially? Meaning you couldn't move around in society as freely as another person. Meaning the same things that was given to other people socially, meaning not in dealing with each other, but social in the sense of the society, right? Social society, all of those, that got something that, those words are linked together for a reason. So in this,
tell you though, Chef.
Huh?
I gotta tell you though, me personally, I believe that like people that are overweight go through more discrimination socially than black people, and I think that they're like what they go through because of their overweightness and the fun that gets made of them. I think that yes, they do that. Does that affect them? Does that affect their minds and their thinking? Yeah, it can have an effect on them. Of course, it can. Obesity,
so you think I would sit here and disagree with you on got discrimination, right, against obesity or any other group that's marginalized or feel marginalized because of societal norms? You're never gonna hear me be a person that's gonna put my blackness over top of another marginalized group for whatever reason. I don't believe my blackness trumps or my history or the history of African Americans in America trumps other people discrimination and suffering. So you talking to the wrong person. I think that I think that everybody has a fight that was that's discriminated on and marginalized, right? Historically.
So would they have a case for reparations as well? No, right? I don't think so. No. Argument. I think. Let me just say this, Seth.
They wouldn't have a case.
Listen. Their argument. Let me just please get this out. Their argument of the discrimination that they go through. I'm talking about people that are overweight. The discrimination that they themselves personally experience, and it having an effect on them mentally, right? Because it happened to them personally. I think they have a stronger argument than you.
And they can sue for that shit.
Let me just finish, please, Chef. I think they have a much stronger argument than you, who's saying that you're mentally affected by the stuff that your great grandparents went through. Really? Like it's stuff you didn't go through that. And you're telling me that something is wrong with you because of the slavery you did not experience. I get the overweight person saying he's mentally distressed by the discrimination he's facing because of his overweightness. But you saying something is wrong with you because
I will say white people admit
it's just ridiculous to me.
White people didn't admit the injuries that they caused the African American community. So
right.
I don't have to argue with you about it when the group, right? When the majority group in this country, when their social scientists and them looked at it, they admitted to the goddamn. So I don't have, if you don't get it, that's on you. But I'm not gonna let you listen. Even the world. I guarantee you that the world body, right? Even Europeans at large. Yeah, the world body of European nations.
The world body of Europeans. Is that a real thing?
Yes.
The world body of Europeans. That's an organization?
The European nations admitted, right, to injuring black people that was caught up in the transatlantic slave trade. They admitted to it.
Even the ones who weren't involved?
No, I'm saying the nations. The nations took responsibility for the injuries that was caused to the African descendant people who, yes, they admitted to that shit. So I'm sorry that you can't admit to it.
The injury that you hold on. Did they admit to the injury that they caused back in slavery, or did they?
Yeah, that's still the lingering effects. Yeah, there are lingering effects. There are lingering effects. Social lingering effects.
Did that as well. African countries did that as well.
Yes. No, so everybody is admitting it, but you, motherfucker.
So you're telling me.
Do you get that? Everybody. You said the white people didn't admit it, the African nations didn't admit it, and you're the only one sitting here denying it. Think about that.
No, hold on.
We just want to get paid for that shit, Nick.
Come on. Chef, calm down. My understanding,
I got excited.
They apologized for their role in the slave trade, not for your injury. They never apologized to say, "Oh, yo, Chef, I'm sorry that you now can't get a job." That's not what they apologized for. But that's what you want them to pay you money for.
So, are you willing to stand on that statement?
Chef, hold on. Do you understand
it? Let me pull this. Are you willing to stand on that statement?
Apologize. Go ahead.
I asked you a question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
So you said that they didn't apologize for the lingering effects of slavery and racism.
They apologized for their participation in the slave trade.
They did that. That's one thing that they apologized for. Now I'm talking about the lingering effects of the communities, right?
No way they apologized for that.
Cool. And now you're saying you're willing to stand on that.
Was wrong with you? Huh? So they admitted that something was wrong with you, and
listen. No, I'm not trying. Listen, I'm not the person that's trying to catch you up. Listen, I'm a friendly conversationalist. I might be excited right now. Either. I'm not trying to catch you up, right? I'm not trying to snag you in any way, right? You don't have to try to answer my questions like they loaded, yo. I wouldn't even do that to you. So I'm gonna say this again. You just said that European nations didn't apologize for the lingering effects of the discrimination and slavery. You saying that they only apologized for the enslaved people that they enslaved.
For their role in the slave trade, the same thing that the African countries apologized for.
Okay, I agree with that part. So now it's another part to it.
The problem is, Chef, the problem is you're using their apology and you're trying to make it seem as if they apologized for the injury that you have.
No. They did. They did.
No, they didn't.
Okay. They didn't. So I'm saying, okay, so now we at a critical point, right? Now, if I could show you that the white people didn't apologize for that, would you be willing to change your stance? Not saying that you got to be convinced by the white man. Like, I wouldn't even put that on you. But if the people that we're claiming that we want reparations from, right, then admitted to this injury, not just to the people that they directly enslaved, but to their what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Predecessors? Is that the right word?
Yeah, something like that. To us,
like that.
to the communities that exist now that come from that, right? So now we at a critical point. I'm saying that if I could show you that European nations didn't apologize, right, for that, are you willing to relook at your stance? Not saying change it, but are you willing to?
If a European country apologized and said, "Yo, American dream, I am so sorry."
Not American dream. Come on, don't.
Okay. If they listen, just let me finish. If they apologized and said to me that they were sorry for their role in slavery, which is what has now injured me, which has now caused many of the injuries that I have, I would more likely go to them for reparations. Absolutely, you would. You're right. You would then have a case for them because they absolutely think they hurt you, right? But my case is I don't think nobody hurt me. So anybody who comes to me, I'd be like, I don't understand. You're gonna give me some money for what? Okay, whatever, right? But
did you really just say? Oh my God.
So that's what you would have to
hold on, man. Let me jump in. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Bro, hold on.
Go ahead and show me.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on, bro. I know you fucking hear me saying hold on. We heard you. I don't give a
you say hold on. You don't hold on when I say hold on.
Yeah, because I can click the button and get your crazy ass out of here.
Whatever,
right?
Man.
Now, I'm not trying to yell and holler at you, bro. You talk for a very, very long moment. What I'm trying to tell you is, this is where your critical thinking skills must be applied. Nobody on planet Earth actually thinks that the racism that occurs, the systemic racism that occurs in North America just popped up out of nowhere. It's connected to the global destruction of indigenous people, bro. It didn't just fall out the sky. What I'm trying to say and making it clear in crystal words, that the feeling you have when you're looking in the face of a white police officer didn't just start in our generation. And it didn't just start in my mother and father's generation. And it didn't just start in my grandmother's generation or my great-great-grandmother's generation, which was a slave in Belvedere in South Carolina. It started from day one, bro, and it's been perpetual. I do not understand how you don't get that our relationship that we have with these people have been fostered for a very long time. It didn't just start occurring. That's why we all went out and marched when the brother got choked and died. That's why we did it. We didn't just do it because it just started. We did it because we thought of it continually to happen over and over. It's called systemic racism. Systemic racism means that the institutions is galvanized by it. It's in the game. It's in the institution. And what was the crucial institution? They call it slavery, bro. Slavery was the institution. The Papist Bulls that I was talking about. It was legal. It was legality. To be racist and to enslave indigenous people was a legal enterprise. It was the law, bro. Jim Crow was the law. That's why Martin Luther King had to fight against the laws, man. Why are you doing this, dude? You just like you almost trying to do it. Like, you can't be that crazy. They act like they didn't just, they didn't do it to you. Bro, but the laws did it to me. Laws that are still on the books. Did you know that if a woman is pregnant in prison, they can literally kill the baby? Like, that's still a law in some prison systems, in some states. We're talking about you keep worrying about the people, but the law outlives the people, man. The institutional slavery, the institutionalization, the criminality still lives on. So you're actually saying it just ended with the slave trade and the process didn't continue? Man. You're talking about pouring your heart out to you. You're not pouring your heart out to us. You're simply saying, I don't give a damn about laws. I don't give a damn. The United States didn't do that. You said all that in the conversation. Well, the United States didn't have it. Like, it's the people that make laws. Like, I cannot believe this, bro. Like you think the racist, seriously, do you think, am I wrong in saying that systemic racism, do you know what systemic racism is? It's in the institutions, yo.
It's a myth.
So it's not even the people, it's the institutions, yo. And people just follow suit, bro. So we're a product of the institutions, man. That's all I'm saying, bro.
He said it's a myth, yo.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. When God spoke his words, they said he was deranged. Marley sung his songs, they said the same. Malcolm X and Martin Luther fought relentlessly so we could be better. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say